Did you get a raise because of all the lobster? Look at that. We're going full blast. And Mew, it's good to see you, buddy. Hope you're well. Happy Sunday. Yeah, this is a completely liquid fuel setup. Everything here is liquid fuel. There's no oxidizer. So it should be easy to refuel it all. Got a lot of mining trips to take. And then this should have enough Delta V to go and land on Drace. That was our first failure, was the Drace ship didn't make it down to Drace. It's in orbit of Drace, but it didn't make it down. So I built this one to make it down. It's a nuclear stage. In mass, they close state waters for 3 months in winter, so there's way more life in the ocean, so it should be getting better and better. Nice. Do they ever plan on extending that to like 3 months, then 3.5 months, then 4 months? Because one would assume if there's more life in the water, then a shorter fishing season should be just as beneficial. Does that make sense, what I'm trying to say? Or is it just 3 months every season now? That's really cool about the 3 months. Good for them. Okay, so that gets us to Minmus. Then we're going to go to Minmus. And our next target is... Oh, oops. Wait. Are we not flying by Minmus? I thought we were flying by Minmus. Oh, man. Did I come in backwards? I burned too much. There we go. So then we'll come around here. Set this as a target. And we'll boop there. Probably come in just a hair, that way we can have a good intersect. 125 days. How on earth do you just be chill during a hurricane? What do you mean? I've been through plenty of hurricanes. If you go through enough of them, I mean, what else can you do? You're not gonna... It's not worth it to sit there and panic the whole time. What can you do? What can you do at that point? If you're already in it, might as well just go ahead and make use of it. I don't know what they intend on doing. I know a lot of the small boats definitely don't want to see that. Put people out of work that don't have means to fish in rougher waters. It would make the bigger boats more efficient. Gotcha. I wonder if one hitting New Orleans will hit Terahdra. No, so it's not gonna be a hurricane after today. It's only gonna be a tropical system. And the current track has it going above me to Virginia. But I mean, depending on how much it opens up, it could affect the entire East Coast. Because then what happens is it catches the Gulf Stream, and then it shears, and then it becomes a giant like J-shaped storm, and then goes up into the Europe. And what's funny is about those kind of systems, Mew, they the way the weather works in this part of the world. Let me show you something really, really interesting. I'm gonna click on my area just to get to the radar. Watch this. I'm gonna show you something. I don't know if many people know this, but there are massive areas of circulation that occur in the world. There should be like a, hold on. Is it a world wind map? There's something somewhere that shows like all the winds. If I were to take this area right here, and let me show you guys my mouse. You guys can't see my mouse. If I were just to take this and change the pen, make sure it's red to red. The winds over here do this. The jet stream goes up like this. It carries it over to here. Then it just cycles back through and comes back off and goes back around again. We have had hurricane systems come back with the same name because they're the same exact system. But yeah, everything, but the moisture is what makes the difference. That's why hurricanes form. This is all really dry over here because obviously it's the desert. So the dry storms off of here come into the moist area here, and that's where they gain their energy and their strength, and that's when they become hurricanes. And then they come through here where the water is warm and they intensify, and that's why we get hit with so many storms all the time. Now, the opposite is true on the other side of the world. Over here, it turns the other way, which is why California doesn't hardly get anything. Because they're the dry that sends the water out, and everything goes over here and comes back around, and then it dries up again, which is why this area of Mexico gets a lot of tropical systems. They have a tropical system right now. It's going to go in, do what it needs to do, then it's going to break up and get dry, and it does the same thing over here, but in reverse, because it's the other side of the world. See how that works? But that's why both coasts are extremely different from one another, because that's just how it works. So Mexico is very tropical because they're getting moisture from this end, hitting it counterclockwise, and moisture from this end, clockwise, and moisture from this end hitting it counterclockwise, which is why the entire area is covered in water. And which is why when you look at pictures of it in Google Maps and stuff, it's all tropical, because this is all tropical. Look at it. Everything, it always gets rain. And that's why this is a tropical rainforest, because it gets the same thing. But yeah, sometimes a storm, this was the last storm that came through. That might be a nor'easter. This one's going to come out and do the same thing. It's going to go out, go around through here, get sheared, go into the UK and Ireland, come down through here as rain, pass over through here, get dry, and come off of here like this, and go right back out and do the same thing. Have I been Googling Jeeps? I'm in incognito mode. So no, I haven't. But yeah, it's really interesting how that works. But that's why that entire East Coast and the Gulf Coast is hit by hurricanes all the time. And that's why you could chill during them. Because if you live over here on the coast for any amount of time, you're going to experience a hurricane. Hi, Brainiac. How are you, buddy? It's good to see you. So Pure Solace, it's supposed to be over here. Let me show you real quick. So NOAA hurricanes. So the NOAA, if you come over here to Ida and you look at cones and images, it's going this way. So it's going to come over here and catch the Gulf Stream. Which it shows it right there Friday becoming a tropical storm again before it goes into Canada. So I mean, it's gonna re-strengthen over here on the east coast of Maine, according to this. But yeah, it's just gonna go this way. And like I said, depending on what's the D, depression, tropical depression. How many have I been through? Oh God, I've been through a lot. I mean, I don't count. How many has the I hit me on? Probably 4. But like I've been sideswiped by, I don't know, 50. Yeah, gafftastic. I've been through a bunch. The most devastating ones, Fran, Floyd. I was in Hurricane Wilma when I was in Florida. Those were the 3 big ones that I was in. And Hurricane Fran, it was very small, but they actually when a hurricane has human deaths, they retire the name. So check this out. Hurricane Fran came over here. It was a Category 1 hurricane in the middle of North Carolina. The eye was over my house once upon a time. It came right in, right through Wilmington. And it was a Category 1 in the middle of the state. And the reason why it was so devastating, so Hurricane Fran wasn't really that strong. Hurricane Bertha. Bertha was a very slow-moving storm, 96. This was a very slow-moving storm. So check this out. Bertha came by, was formed July 5th, 96. Fran formed August of 96. So that's 1 month. Bertha came through and was very slow and just dumped a ton of rain. And over there in that part of North Carolina, there's a lot of oaks that are 50, 60, 100 years old. So all these trees were just water soaked and water drenched. Fran came by with stronger winds and just knocked them all over. And caused all kinds of damage. Right here, North Carolina, $2.4 billion in damage. Because it just knocked everything down because everything was wet already. It completely gutted North Carolina. Like everyone else is like, a couple $100 million, 20 million, 40 million. North Carolina got gutted. And I was there, man. And what's funny is we lived in the woods. And all we could do is just chill out during the hurricane. But yeah, it was crazy. Well, the eye was on top of us, gafftastic. It was still a hurricane when it was sitting on top of Raleigh, North Carolina. That's 4 hours inland. Because it came in so fast and it didn't lose it lost power, but it didn't lose a lot of power when it came in. Something about severe storms like that pushes me over the edge. What do you mean? But yeah, it was wild. That was the first big storm I was in. Bertha was there, obviously, but Fran was like the first. We woke up the next day and like we could see people's houses we couldn't see before. Because all the trees were blocking them. And we're like, oh, hey. We had lots of firewood for the next few years from that storm. We had to cut our own firewood when I was a kid. And there were lots of big downed oaks everywhere. Massive oaks. And we cut it all up. We had to kind of stack it in a way to let it dry. Because it was all wet. Got hit with some bad windstorms from Ike. Yep. Ike, Ivan, and Sandy. Sandy got you guys pretty well about 10 years ago. But yeah, no, gafftastic. I lived in South Florida for 12 years. I lived in North Carolina for all my life. I've been through so many storms, I can't even keep count. Sideswiped eyes. Come across from Florida, come across from Louisiana. I mean, just everything. Just hit me with it. I bet if you Googled landfall hurricanes in North Carolina between 88 and 2014, that would give you an idea of how many we hit so far. Were you not alive when I lived in Florida? I was alive. I say I lived in Florida for 12 years. I'll keep my snow and you guys can keep your tropical storms. Okay. Then don't complain when you get storms around you then. Hurricanes are actually fun, like Gaptastic said. In parts of the beach and stuff, you have hurricane parties. Because I mean, like, what are you gonna do? You can't like pull out a big old shield and be like, "No storm, you can't affect me." You just got to deal with it. Well, Brainiac, because it, yeah, because I've lived my entire life in North Carolina. I lived in Florida for 12 years of it. You want me to be exact? North Carolina for approximately 22 years, Florida for 12, West Virginia for 2. There, is that a better breakdown for you? We break down where I lived and how long I lived at each one of them. We can dox myself fully if you want. Getting your legs sandblasted is actually pretty damn fun. Loin, what? You okay, bud? It'll be more accurate for the book you're writing. I didn't pay you to write no book. I don't know what you want about friend. Oh, you mean like going out and standing out during the storm? I don't think that's what we mean. We mean staying inside and drinking. That's a hurricane party. You don't go out and like dance while the storm's hitting. That's called being an idiot. There are people that do that. But I wouldn't recommend doing that. There you go, Loin. That's awesome, buddy. No one's done any yet today. There's a limit of 2 per day on that. Well, no, Brainiac, I've been out in the middle of storms before. It depends on how strong the storm are and where you live. There's time and a place for it, for sure. All right, we got some treats for Sandy. Let me get this burn right here finished, and then we'll give her some treats. It's okay, Loin. You can get them next time, my friend. Just hang out and be awesome. Wait. We're not facing the right way. Oops. I never faced the right way. Give her a pickle? That's a no from me, dog. Okay. Let's come over here and let's give Sandy a treat. Like tornado warning, I'm gonna go cry in the basement while others go out and watch them from their front porch. I mean, what else can you do, Hafnium? If the world is gonna end tomorrow and you knew it was gonna end tomorrow, would you go in the basement and cry about it, or would you go out and have fun? Yes, what? I asked a 2-parter there. Sandy, would you like a treat? I don't have Sandy cam set up. It's going to be all weird. Come here. She's going to be very blue, you guys. Would you like a treat? You got to hop up. You got to hop up. Hey, come here. You go cry? Oh, my goodness. You got to live life. You got to just go out and have fun. Oh, my goodness. She looks blue. You look like you're sick. Here you go. I'm too lazy to set the white balance. I could do this, though. Oh, she got some color back in her. There you go. Smurf dog. Na na la 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 la. Can I get a kiss? No, you won't kiss me when you're like that. I boop your snoot, those. I boop your snoot 1,000,000 times. Mwah! Haha, I got a kiss. I stole a kiss. Okay. I stole a kiss from her, guys. I did it. You would go cry, Hafnium? Oh, come on. You gotta go out and at least live the last little bit. What are the wigs for? Exclamation point wig, pure solace. We're generating revenue for the stream because I don't want to have to go get a full-time job. We're reaching critical mass of not being able to do this full-time anymore. And the reason why it says it cannot be combined is because You can't cheer 2,000 bits and make me put on a wig and color my beard. That's why that says that. Not that you can't. I can't have both on at the same time. I'm gonna find a way to word that better. Someone brought it up yesterday. I don't want anybody to be misconstrued about it. I need big googly eyes for the wig rack. No, I'm good. How you doing, Invoker? Welcome in, my friend. It's good to see you. Hope you're well. I hope you're doing fantastic. I should probably do this. Well, I don't want to get too exact with it. Hi, Eleviled. Welcome in. How are you today? 1 item per donation. I don't want to call it a donation. You can't do that, Carlo Berg. I'm not a charity. I can call it a redemption. Been playing some KSP. Awesome. Whatever it's called then. Okay. Gotcha. It's called Carlo Berg is a weirdo. So we're going to have to do a really weird move here, you guys. If you've been playing Kerbal for a while, if you're brand new to Kerbal, orbital rendezvous are always kind of weird. We're going to do a very special orbital rendezvous. It's going to be an interesting one. If you haven't seen me do these kind of ones before, I definitely encourage you to watch because these get fun. This ship right here has no fuel in it. So what we're going to do is we're going to get ourselves in position, burn ourselves towards a docking position, then we're going to break this off, go away, and have this float into the docking port. I sound like one of those old commercials with Larry Bird in it. Off the rim, nothing but net. But that's what I plan on doing. So we're gonna kind of have to get into like an almost a square position, straight up and down, and then start the maneuver and then go away. Imagine being good at video games. Well, I mean, this is just geometry. Does the station technically count as going over 50 tons? No, because that's not what the 50-ton challenge is, Loin. The 50-ton challenge is nothing can leave the VAB more than 50 tons. What I do out in space, it doesn't matter. Exclamation point 50. All I did was put a limitation on what we're shipping out. We can still do everything we can. We just got to piece it together in space. That's what makes the challenge fun, because you get to do space construction. So we're going to get ourselves into a position where we are facing this docking port. And yes, I could transfer a little bit of fuel over to this and blah, 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 blah. But no, that's not what I'm doing. That's not what we're doing. I want to be technical and weird on purpose. Okay, so we're going to face, because we have to burn this way. We have to burn this way. It's very inspiring. So I'm gonna F5, because F5ing here is easier than trying to reorientate ourselves over and over again. Because it's very doable from here. We just got to do it. All right, here's the plan. Okay, so now we're gonna disarm this. That's gonna turn around. We're gonna point ourselves anti-target. Uh-oh. Control from here. Oop. God. That sucks, huh? I wasn't aiming. I wasn't burning retrograde to target. This is fine. We'll dock this after. No, come back! No! I spent too long on the other ship! Alright, hold on. Hold on. We got this. We got this. We got this. We got this. Pure solace. 50 tons for the entire thing, not the payload. 50 tons for the entire thing. Alright, let's try this again. Oh, man. Come on, grab it. Yeah, we did it! Okay, cool. So that ship didn't have any fuel in it. How much liquid fuel do we have? Not much. Okay. Now we're going to get the other ship attached. So, control from here. I would like to... I'm just going to latch onto one of these fuel tanks. I'm not really interested in aiming for a specific docking port. It's rotating. Stop rotating. Thanks. All right, we're just going to fly into one of these tanks. Yeah, I've done things like that with bigger things that were empty in our hard mode save. But I like doing that. It's fun. There we go. All right, we're all hooked up. How are we on fuel on this? We are not full of fuel. Okay, so let's refuel our miner, and then we have to go get mining.